it's done. If you don't, I totally understand. This is definitely kind of a niche interest. So let's get into it. I've got a template that's already done, and I keep that stored in my Silhouette library, so I can just kind of go in and throw colors, patterns, clip art, whichever I want in there. I don't sell these, so if it's really just whatever makes it easiest for me to kind of get it done, since I am in school full time and I work and a kid and husband, and that takes a lot. So what I'm doing right now is filling in my headers, and up top we have appointment labels, we have date covers, sidebar stickers, and then those two big boxes are a double box. I've got some marble texture in there, which I really like. That's the brown. Threw in some solid colors, but later on you'll see me go back and change those because I ended up not really liking the way they kind of flowed with everything. So I have a passport here for my sidebar sticker, and I'm also going to throw in this little journal because I thought it was really cute. Working on my double box, and I couldn't decide at first kind of what I wanted to do, so I played around a lot with it and threw in some white marble, which I ended up really liking. Zoom in there so you can see that. The texture is kind of hard to see, but it does print really well. So I'm gonna position that pattern around in there. And I'm looking for some clip art, and that was kind of weird, so we got rid of that. Found this Rome sticker. I bought all this clip art on Etsy, and since I'm giving it away, I don't make any money off of it. I didn't have to pay any licensing fees or anything like that. I'm just going to go in and clean that up a little bit along the bottom so it fits into the box really nicely. And I just have to say, I don't think I'm doing this right. I'm sure there's an easier way. I'm sure people that do it professionally have, it all figured out. But honestly, I just like it. It's kind of cathartic, so I'm going to keep doing it until I guess I don't want to anymore. A little Bon Voyage sticker up top. I am traveling to Italy in May of this year. I'm going to be spending 10 days in Siena, 7 days in Rome. I am overjoyed and excited beyond belief. So that's kind of why I'm making this kit. Okay, so I got this girl and all the kind of little floral red-green aspects that you see from a shop on Etsy called After Midnight Design. And I thought they were really adorable, and here I'm kind of just playing around because apparently I forgot how I normally put texture in a full box. So I'm going to go in and take that back out and go in and do it properly. So I pulled the girl out and I'm resizing her, and I'm going to fit her to this box. I just love poppies. Honestly, I think they're my favorite flower. I'm going to resize and move the Bon Voyage to the front. And then I'm going to go through and clean it up and actually go in and cut down the middle here in a second, which I'll actually start in just a moment. The reason I do that is because I don't want to waste anybody's ink, so that little blank spot in the middle is not going to do anything but just take up space, so that's what I do there. And also that gives the little space that are in between the boxes in the Erin Condren room, so it kind of looks seamless the way that it flows. It's I don't know, I'm not explaining it well. So I'm going to add a little coffee cup because, when you travel, you need coffee and coffee, to quote Gilmore Girls. Throw in some coffee, and then we're going to move on to page 2 of my outline. And here I'm going in and filling in my half boxes and quarter boxes. I have 5 of each of them. Maybe I should make more. I don't know. If that's something that you guys want, or if there's anything that you want in kits that I'm not doing, please let me know, and I'll be glad to try to throw that in. I mean, again, these are free, so maybe don't try to make it super complicated, but I'll do my best. These little things down here in the middle that I'm working on right now are washi. So you can kind of just fill in blank spaces wherever you have. I made a little passport one and a mail one. And we've got some more marble texture in there. And I always like to throw in a little design in the corner of one of my half boxes. I just think it's cute and it adds a little something there. So I have our canceled, rescheduled, not today labels. I'm going to pop back over to the first page to make sure I get all my colors right. Put in some more marble texture. And then work on the weekend banner, which I don't even know what I was thinking with this. I honestly was just like, stick something in there, I'll figure it out later. Nope, that doesn't work. But when you get towards the end, you'll see kind of what I do to it. I really, really loved these suitcases. I thought they were adorable. This is my first time using watercolor anything really. Normally I stick with just kind of a very very structured type of clip art or drawing or anything like that. So I really like the way that this whole thing felt. It's just got like a very provincial feel to it, which I think is appropriate. So here for my quote box, it says Incipit Vita Nuova, which means here begins a new life. And it's a quote from Dante Alighieri, who wrote the Divine Comedy, and his little prequel to the Divine Comedy, which is called Vita Nuova. We are actually studying Dante's Divine Comedy in one of my psychology classes. I'm a psych major, but we're studying that, and that's why we are going on this travel study to Italy. Yay. So here we've got the bottom washi, which I play around with for a minute, and then I'm like, you know what? I really, really like that luggage. So we're going to go in and kind of make it a whole thing. And I put the little blue one on top in the short luggage space and the pink one on the bottom. And just kind of resize it so you can see the handles. And the little brown one I try to fit into this kind of side washi thing that matches up with the bottom. So you've got 5 little blocks of washi here in your printable. So if you are a no white space planner like I am, you should have no issue covering up any and everything in your spread. So this is going to give me some trouble for a minute because it's being rude, and I'm trying to, well, I actually went to Etsy and bought some watercolor textures to put in the back, and there you can see them there, just all neatly lined up in a little file. And they are from Itty Bitty Pixel. And the other clip art that I'm using is from Dainty Doll Art. That's where the Bon Voyage and this hat and things like that come from. So I'm going to throw in some clip art into these little page flags. And page flags, is that flags? I don't know. Whatever you use them for, there they are. play around with some more solid colors before I figure out that I hate them and go back and redo all of it. And this little cupcake, which I thought was adorable, so I'm going to pop that in there. And now I'm going to fill in my heart check flags. These are really great for white space planners. I honestly never use them at all, ever. I always have them left over after my spreads are finished. So I'm going to go in and fill those in and then refill in my date covers. Make sure that that matches up with that, and kind of go in and throw in some more watercolor where these solid patterns were, because I just really didn't think that they fit well with the overall theme of it. It felt very structured, and that's not really what I was going for. And you can see I have some trouble throwing them in there because I don't know, I think Silhouette hates me sometimes, but honestly, it probably hates everybody from the way that everybody in my group talks. So after we go in and kind of make a few changes, I really like it a lot more. We're going to go back and do the same thing on all of these other boxes that I've put solid colors into. And when I zoom in, I noticed that my passport half boxes aren't filled in my offset space, which just means that if your silhouette doesn't cut precisely on the little red cut line, that it's gonna have a bunch of blank space on the outside. So that's why you do the little offset line, which is what you see around the outside there. That kind of makes up for any mistakes that your silhouette might make, which if you have a silhouette, I'm sure you understand that it's going to be a jerk sometimes. And you know, if regular printers weren't bad enough, let's just throw in a printer that's supposed to cut things out for you. That'll make it work better. So I'm going to go in and resize my stickers in my backgrounds in my half boxes and move right along back to the marble textures and fix my little canceled and not today rescheduled stickers. And I'm sorry I'm all sniffly. I am actually at the beach right now on spring break, so the weather kind of messes with my senses a little bit. I'm a Tennessee girl, so I'm used to that humid but still somehow drying hot weather, even in March when it's 80 degrees outside for no reason. Alright, let's move on to the full boxes. And the full boxes are honestly my favorite part, but I save them for the end because I hate to kind of form everything around the full boxes, because it makes me feel like I'm a little restricted as to what I can do. And I almost made a really bad pun about being boxed in, and you're welcome for not doing that. So I'm gonna get all my textures filled in and then just really go with clip art and play. So this is my favorite part. I love it, and they're my favorite part of any kit, to be honest. So I'm gonna go back and copy this Rome thing that I got rid of from earlier because I really liked it, and I think it would make a cute little double box here. If you don't like the big double box, that's why I throw this one in. I know a lot of people don't want to take up that much space with their double box, or they can't, they have to use as much real estate as possible. So I really, really love this little camera. Look how cute he is. And of course throw in some aviators, which I'm gonna go back and change later because I'm indecisive. playing around with some more clip art. I love these little shopping bags. They're adorable. And of course, this beautiful butterfly. I am honestly, you guys, I'm honestly so excited. I've never been anywhere ever, so this is a big deal for me to actually get to go to another country, and especially at this point in my life when, I never thought this was possible. So I'm going to change out those sunglasses for these green ones that came with the girl clip art because I just think they add a little more color and they're pretty adorable. And pop in a coffee cup because, once again, coffee. I'm going to throw that behind there. And this is something that I kind of started doing with a kit that I did for a girl who won a contest in our Facebook group, which, shameless plug right now, Sticker Addicts Anonymous on Facebook. We have the most wonderful group of ladies. We are over 1,000 members now, and it's honestly just the most wonderful thing that I've ever been a part of. So shout out to my girl Tova and Allie and the other Allie. These ladies, they make my life, man. They really do. They're beautiful and smart and talented, and I'm better for having known them. Well, that's enough of me being sappy, so I'm gonna pop this little flower box in, and it's kind of just like a frame, honestly, for this full box, because I like to keep some of them kind of simple, because I know that, it can get to be a lot if you've just got deco in every single box. So I'm going to put these flowers in there and go back and do another set, and I really liked the one on the bottom, so I just cut that part of the sticker out and go pop it on the bottom. So it just creates this really nice little frame, and then you gotta go in and resize and clean everything up again with the poppies though. And just for what they stand for, after World War II, they used the poppies as a flower to remember the people that died during the war. And my grandpa fought in the war. He didn't die, but he did, but not in the war. And so that just really means a lot to me. So I think they're really beautiful. Besides that, I'm gonna go in and play with this car, and I have to separate my box here because I'm trying to set it in as a texture, and it wasn't working because my boxes were joined together. And so after some debate of how to put it, I decided to go with this little pattern of the cars, which I think is cute. And I'm going to go in and try to put these sunglasses in because they've got flowers and I'm extra. But they don't fit right. So I'm going to put the original green ones back in, and you just see me backing everything up and kind of redoing it. Another really pretty girl. The red poppies all around. So I'm going to put her in this box and resize it. I'm sure there's some way that I could have colored her in, but I'm not that talented, and honestly that feels like a lot of work, so I didn't do it. I may practice with that in the future. I know my friend Allie, she draws all of her clip art, which just fascinates me to no end because I could never. I don't know, I may in the future play around with it, practice, and see kind of where it goes. So I'm going to put this globe and this airplane in here, and then we go in and we do the ombre heart checklist, which everybody just calls them ombre heart checklist, but I don't make the ombre ones. I was really inspired by Jessica at White Deer Stationery, who does her heart checklist with white space in the middle. And while I don't white space plan, I don't mind white stickers in there because I think it kind of brightens it up a little bit. So I just inserted this white box into my checklist, and then I fill in my hearts with whatever texture I put in the background there. And here I'm doing this black watercolor because I really wanted something more neutral than the red or green. So the easiest way to fill in all of those hearts instead of dragging it individually in there is to go and import the texture into your library in Silhouette Studio, and then click on the hearts and it'll automatically just kind of fill it in. And so I've got these little mini ombre heart checklists which say to do, remember, to go, to clean, to buy, I think. And so I just fill those in with different colors so you can like pop them in anywhere. And then I'm gonna go in, because I forgot to clean up my little Rome double box, I'm gonna go in and play with that and lose my mind a little because I tried to move it, which is completely unnecessary. So I'm almost done, and I take a screenshot to send to my girls because, moral support in the sticker world. And then you save it to my library every time in case I have to go in and make edits or changes later, which has saved me so much headache. So I save all 3 pages, and then you go in and save it to your computer as a PDF. So there's that process, which takes a little while. I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and letting me bore you for 25 minutes of making these stickers. This has been really fun, and even though it's my first YouTube video, and yes, my channel is called Cooking with Chef Allie, and I realize I'm doing a design with me, which has nothing to do with food, I will get there eventually. It's just been a real struggle to kind of find time to cook and be alone and cook, because with an 8-year-old and a husband and you try to film, those are not conducive to filming what I would call a quality video. Here are the finished PDFs that you can see, and I will link my website, and for watching you get a bonus cat picture.